Welcome to my crafting table. Yay. But, hi. Welcome to Melody Studio. I am Melissa Gianni. And welcome to my crafting table. This is the desk, this is the crafting table, and that's the outside world I sometimes get to visit. Okay? I was going to be making a different video, but then I got a little hungry and I really wanted to make a gingerbread house. So I'm making a gingerbread house. And I gotta get used to not watching myself because this is me, this is you. This is me, this is you. Me, you. Me, you. Hi. Hi. Bye. Hi. But for those of you who don't know what a gingerbread house is, it's exactly what the name implies. It's a house made out of gingerbread. It's traditionally used with graham crackers and icing, but there are a lot of professionals out there, like Daniel Merriam, I think that's her name, but she won, she won Gingerbread Wars. She's topped first place, second place in almost every professional gingerbread competition. She makes these beautiful, detailed works of art, and they're gorgeous, and I love everything about them. I'm not going to be doing that today. Today I'm just going to be using the traditional stuff that you can get at the dollar store, because I love the dollar store. As a teacher, I love the dollar store. In case you noticed, behind me are some of my sketches or drawings. They're mostly just outlines. Just, try to get me going on projects that are not on the project table today. On the table today, we have a lot of gingerbread-based things. But the first thing that I gotta make sure that I have is like a tray or some kind of base to, build the gingerbread house on, because you don't want to make it on a table and then be like, hey, I need to move it. And then you can't. And then it all falls apart. So, I'm going to be making like a little gingerbread house. It's going to be very cute. You're going to go on this adventure with me. I don't know how long the video is going to be. You will by the end of the video. You will when you get to it. But, okay, so most people use like aluminum foil and or plastic wrap to lay their sheet. I'm not doing that. I'm using parchment paper. And let me go ahead and okay, so parchment paper doesn't like fold or bend like plastic wrap or aluminum does. We can just deal with that later. But I do like it because first of all, you can cook with it and make delicious desserts with it. But I like it because it's white. It's white like snow. And it's not snowing. It's December and it's not snowing in the mountains yet. And I'm losing my mind. We had one day of snow and it was so small. So small. But so I'm just gonna bam. And then, if you're doing this with kiddos, you would want to teach them to make sure that their hands are all washed and they're all prepared. And, no, I don't want this one. I have made an apron. And it is finally going to come into play in a video. Watch me put it on. Watch me put it on. Okay, so this apron you see me putting on, I have made myself. It is my first sewing project I have finished in 10 years that I have pride in. But actually, I'll tell that story later. I will be making a video on how to make an apron like this. It's This apron just has a lot of family stitched into it. And jars. I like jars. Okay, so let me go ahead. We'll set up. Hey guys. Okay, let's see here. I have with me a bunch of stuff I got from the dollar store. I have graham crackers. And the best part is I have the cinnamon kind. And the honey. Look at me. Flooding the money. Spending it all. I picked the two because the cinnamon ones have like a coating on them. Kind of like a cinnamon sugar. And they appear darker because of it, and then the honey ones are more of a lighter tone. So I thought that'd be fun to play with. And then let's see here, I have a bag of marshmallows because if I don't use them all, I can always use them with hot chocolate. And then I have some chocolate hazelnut cookie things, Purolan. But yeah, I have these. I normally either see them in hot chocolate or the container's empty. And then I also have some milk chocolate sea salt caramels. They're darker. They look more like a darker chocolate. I thought that'd be fun to play with too. I have some yogurt covered pretzels. They're not white chocolate, but they're still delicious. And then I have my favorite chocolate ever. Sixlets. I love Sixlets. I love everything about Sixlets. I love them. I love them so much. Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about Sixlets is that the containers don't always have 6 in them. And that bothers me. But they are delicious and I love them. And they're peanut free and they're gluten free. It doesn't mean anything to me, but I love them. And then I wanted to go for something a little more fancy. A name I can't pronounce. Ferrero Roger? The Golden Experience. It's the only part I can pronounce, but yeah, they're like these little like chocolatey ball things with like hazelnut and there's like stuff in the middle. They're kind of like Lindor, but cheaper. And then I got I have some. I want to get more like a little bit of a fresh step. And so I got some Andes chocolate peppermints. I thought that'd be a nice little fun thing. I would have gotten Yorks, but I don't feel like mountain climbing today. And then I got some Pillsbury Funfetti icing because I can use the sprinkles for one thing and the icing for something else. I love it. I love this. The pastel-y sprinkles are cute and all. I wish they had like different colored sprinkles, you know? I know they have like I know that they have the like the holiday ones and then the seasonal ones, but I wish like their everyday ones weren't always so pastel. I wish they had like some other options, or at least in the dollar store. But and then I also got a knife. I got a knife. No. I got a plastic bag because of icing. And then I have like a couple pairs of scissors right there. And then I also have some gummy worms, but those are for me, not you. Oh, and how can I forget Hershey's milk chocolate? I used to eat anytime I would study, I would just eat a bar of chocolate as I studied because it just, I don't know, it passed the time. And then I gained a bunch of weight, and then I had to lose it all, and then I'm like, ah. So, I have my fresh snowy land, and I gotta figure out where to start with this. So, let's go ahead and start opening some stuff up. Okay, so I have the cinnamon pack opened. As you can see, it has like that glittery coating on it with that cinnamony sugar. Okay, that's open. Let's open up the icing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, that's so perfect. I have my handy dandy trash bag, which is just a Walgreens bag I'm reusing. My favorite trash bags. The free ones. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some of this icing and I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna build more of like a traditional kind of house. So I'm just gonna scrape this. And I really wish there was a camera for me to show you, but I'm not very tech savvy. I will learn to be tech savvy though, because this channel is all about exploring things. And right now it's exploring the fact that I'm not tech savvy enough, but I do have hands. Check it out. I just kind of scraped it into like a square kind of base because that lets me visually see where I kind of want to start with this. Alright, let me go ahead and open up my regular babies. Seagull squeak. Alright, and I think I'm gonna use the cinnamon sugar ones as like my walls. Alright, I'm gonna use my cinnamon sugar ones as more like my walls. I think that'd be nice and fun. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, the trick with building a gingerbread house. Okay, so that's sticking there. It's time. The one thing you gotta remember with gingerbread houses is that time is against you, just like in real life. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of just lane these against each other with icing as support. And I should have done this earlier, but I'd rather do it right now. I'm going to take some of my icing. There it goes. I need like more hands. Okay, so opening it. Yeah, that works. Okay, just best part. I just so screwed this up. I just thought of an easier way to do this. It's too late now. It's too late. Yeah, it's too late. Hold on, let me just. Okay, so I accidentally hit the pause button. No, I hit the pause button, and then I went to go hit the record button again to keep recording on the same video, and I hit the wrong button. Very not tech savvy enough. But I did figure out an easier way. If you just take the baggie and then you just cup an end and then peel it over, so much easier. See, I figure things out as I go, which is my problem. I don't just instantly know what to do. I have to figure it all out on my own. I mean, there's Google, but okay, I'm gonna open this. just gonna... Pray I don't get this all over the table. Yes, it worked! On the plus side, I'll use that later. Or eat that later. So, okay, I think that's enough. And you want to take the baggie, and you want to like push everything more this way. And you want to take some scissors. You want it at the end. You don't want to do it too big because then it's just going to come out or get stuck, and then you don't want to do it too little because then it would never come apart. So let me just type that icing up. Boom! Cement. And then I'm just gonna it's such a nice day out for December. And then ricotta. There we go. And just enough to cover it. I'm not wasting icing today. And adjust it. The interesting thing about working with icing is that icing does not dry quickly. It dries very, very slow. But it will be dry eventually. But then I'm just going to take my little knife. And I'm going to scrape it because I like that aesthetic. I love messy artwork. I just love stuff like that. Because it just shows how expressive it is. And it just makes me happy. I'm just going to be licking my fingers the entire video. And if you don't like that, deal with it. It's delicious. And then towel. Okay, and then just put... Boom, see what I mean? Oops. It's just that a piece of icing gets stuck to the bag. Yeah, you'll get stuff like that. It's fine. I'm a mess. This is gonna be a mess, but it's gonna be my mess. A little bit more even. It's a little tricky because these graham crackers were kind of made deliciously. No, they were kind of made with an angle to them. So I'm trying to keep that same art going. It's okay. COVID or not, I'm the only one who's going to end up eating this. And then I forgot to place this side. Most important thing, and I keep forgetting it. And then take my knife. This is not going to be clean. It's not going to be pretty. But it's going to be mine. And that's all that really matters, is building it to how you like it. Unless you're making it for someone. Then, like that. Just gonna ricotta my gingerbread house. So, I am just piping and icing. Piping and icing for you. I do my best to impress you, but you never see. Piping and icing with me. I remember when I was in high school, I went to tech school at the same time for early childhood, right? Well, she taught us how to make gingerbread houses, and a fun activity you can do with students or kids or family members, you know, just something fun to do. But if you, okay, so the thing is, you gotta give everyone a small thing of icing. Okay, so it's like a small thing of icing. It's small thing of icing, a knife, like 4 gingerbread crackers, like four of these. And then you gotta ask them to make something out of it. And the trick is to try to make something that doesn't fall apart and it looks, you know, pretty okay. Alright, I'm gonna take the honey ones. As you can see, they're just the flat ones. And I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I could do like a big house. It'd be fun, like a tall steeple house. In order to do that, I gotta figure out what's my front. I think this is front enough. Try to get the icing down. Right, and then I'm just gonna put icing on 2 of the sides. Yeah. And the trick, try to keep them even. It's very delicate making a gingerbread house, because if you don't do it right, the whole thing will go toppling down. And I remember watching, it was, oh God, who was it? It was Mark, Ethan, and I think Tyler. They were all making gingerbread houses. And then next thing you know, everything starts falling apart. They start destroying things. And it was wonderful to watch. Yeah, that'll work. It was just, it was beautiful. It was just beautiful. Okay, so if I take, I'm just going to this side. Okay, so if I take one of these, there's going to be some extra space. So what I'm going to do is just to try to keep it, you know, aesthetic. I'm going to break these in half. Should probably icing these. Lots of icing. And try to, please don't fall. No. Ah. Yeah, that happens. Okay, so game plan. Alright, so to try to keep it more balanced, I'm just gonna put a flat part on, and I'm gonna use my finger. I should be using the knife, but that's not happening right now. I'm so glad I don't have a good camera to see all of this. Okay, and then I'm taking one of my honey ones, putting that there. And I'm going to take another honey one, put it right here. And that's how you make a box. But it's also how you make a gingerbread house that won't fall over. I gotta because I told you this video is just going to be a lot of me just looking at my fingers. Because I love Pillsbury icing. It's just so good. I'm not sponsored, but it's so good. Like, I grew up on Pillsbury icing. No joke. And let's try this again. Oh my God, baby, don't you see? Do. Only a genius could break a gingerbread house. And put a lot of icing there. Yay! It's not falling. It's fine. Okay, so this is like a little loft in there. It's just a loft. It's fine. Okay, and then I still want to keep the idea of, you know, having this split in the middle. Icing that. Icing this. Put this here. And I need icing this part. If I get enough people to ask me, or if this video gets like enough likes, I'll probably just make do it your own homemade gingerbread house, because it's possible to make one from like homemade ginger and stuff like that, because there are lots of different types of ginger. And watching baking shows such as, I'm just talking behind the house, but from watching a lot of shows like Gingerbread Wars, I've learned a good bit on, you know, the different types of icing, and not icing, but the different types of gingerbread. You have like the traditional gingerbread, you have like a gingerbread gum paste. There is gingerbread specifically used for like heavy duty construction stuff. So if I'm making like a giant slide that over just a little. So if I'm making like a big gingerbread house, I would use something like that. Or if I'm making like a big gingerbread ball, I'd use more of like the construction based stuff. And you know, I've learned a lot from just watching shows like that. And I'm sure that I could come up with my own recipe and or tweak somebody else's, or even just follow someone's recipe. I'm more of a recipe tweaker though. That's just because of how, you know, my family works. Our family recipes are not set in stone kind of recipes. They are more like, okay, you need like parsley and tomatoes, but you don't really know how many tomatoes you need, and you don't know how much parsley to add, and it's just, you know, lots of tasting and going and praying it works. Just a lot of that. My family is all just trial and error. That's how I was raised. I was raised on, you know, trial and error. I have a hole in the side of my house. It's okay. I will fix it with the 6-lits because I plan on using those as Christmas lights. Okay, so I've successfully licked every finger of mine except my pinky. You are free, pinky. Alright. Let me just... That's not a good... That's a worse spot. There's nowhere to put a bag of icing. Okay, so I have successfully built a standing gingerbread house, even though it is not pretty at all. Wee. Wow. Okay, so I just got a Callie. Oh, okay, I guess you're fine. That's my that's Callie, my little lady. She's clawing on her little cat tower, and my brain thought that she was clawing on the couch, and she's like, "Hey, I'm not doing that." That's why you heard her little response. If you heard it, I'm not sure if you did. At this point, I'm just kind of like trying to clean up the icing a little, as in, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but I am trying to make sure everything's, you know, covered and not going to fall apart on me. The back side's a little messy, or the front side. It's fine. It's fine. My bag keeps getting away. This is my gingerbread house. It is a 2-story gingerbread house with a place for an airplane. A beautiful area to go observe the stars, or a little art studio, or like icing so good. Pillsbury, you gods. I have more than enough icing left to decorate, so I just gotta wait a little bit for this to dry a little more, and I'll start decorating it. So I hope you liked the video. I'm most likely putting a part 2 right after this, and watch me eat chocolate. So I will see all my worker bees. See all my worker bees. Alright, well, I will see you guys in the next video. And the video's over. Deal with it. Bye. And